when you begin to devote yourself to the study of the Word of God, even sometimes just to the reading of the Word of God. I teach people every now and again to learn to bathe their soul with the Word of God. And I'm going to go as far as to encourage you to learn to read the Word of God aloud. Read it out loud. I don't mean to shout. I just mean read it with your normal talking voice. There is a reinforcement protocol that is activated when you do that. Because when you are looking at the word, you're already reading it. But then when you vocalize it, you have the chance of first appreciating the word in your mind, then you utter it with your mouth, and it comes back again into your ears. So it brings a double reinforcement that your life now is reconditioned by the potency of the Word of God, including the things that you do not understand. Sometimes they do the work that they do nonetheless. Because the only goal of studying the Word, of reading the Word, is not just comprehension. There are many people that actually know a lot about the Word of God, but it's not reflected in their lives. So while understanding is critical, I'm saying to us that there is something in the Word of God. It's the same way that sometimes some of the food that you eat, you don't know everything that is in the food. You know some, you don't know some. But even the ones you don't know, they still do what they do in your body. Are you with me? So read the Word of God. Strive to understand. Even when you don't seem to understand, keep reading. Are you there? Just bathe your soul, bathe your life with the Word of God. Let the atmosphere of your life, let it be conditioned by the speakings of God. You are going to find that as you do that, the Word of God begins to build immunity within the edifice of your spirit. Suddenly you will notice that you have capacity for resistance against sin, against decay and perversion than before. Because the Word of God is making you from within a different kind of person. It's cleansing you, it's cleaning you. Even though it's not like you can tell the particular aspect of the Word of God every time that is responsible for a change that has taken place in your life. It's almost like if you cut somebody, they bleed, right? They bleed, and what you see is just blood. You are not going to see rice popping out and beans jumping out and something else jumping out there, because it's all been worked into the system that is necessary for the normal functioning of the human system. In the same way, when you internalize the Word of God, it goes into your system and it begins to purge. It begins to purge. In fact, the psalmist had said that, how is it that a young man can keep his way pure? It is by paying heed to your word, because the Word of God is a cleansing agent. So when people struggle with sin, one of the ways to deal with those kinds of scenarios is to become an addict. Become addicted to the Word of God. Remember that I'm just simply dealing with the second leg, okay, of the protocol. It is prayer and the ministry of the Word. So the thing I'm saying is supposed to be supplemented by prayer. And I'm saying to you that when you bring the Word of God to bear upon your life, it begins to clean you. And a point comes when you realize that some of the thoughts, some of the ideas, some of the negative dispositions of your heart, things that you struggled with before, you would notice that somehow they are not there anymore. They are not there anymore. The way that your heart is moved, when you see certain things before in a negative direction, you see the same thing now, and you seem to have lost capacity to be moved negatively, because the Word of God, as you attend to the Word of God, it is bringing this cleansing effect upon your life.